From r/malicious compliance, the HOA receives a check for all fines. Fall 2005, my significant other and I buy our first house together. We're happy. Baby's on the way. House is cute, and in a new subdivision, HOA just formed. We're at the end of a blunt cul-de-sac. Quiet, no traffic. Neighbors are nice. Roughly 3 years later, the U.S. economy shit the bed and wiped with the drapes. Over half of the homes in our subdivision have been foreclosed on or are in the process. Me and mine aren't paying on our mortgage. We've moved out, and a family friend and his family have moved in. They lost their house. He pays me a discounted rent. I'm not paying the mortgage, but maintaining the house with his rent. The HOA is having troubles maintaining the common areas and keeping things clean because of a lack of funds. Junky cars and dead or dying landscaping are everywhere. One home burned to its foundation. A few months after my friend moves in, red fire lane paint is applied to the curbs of all the cul-de-sacs in the subdivision. I'm furious because it prevents street parking in front of the house. Anytime I need to stop by to fix something, or my tenant has a guest, we must park in front of a neighbor's house or in the common collector streets and walk in. I call the local fire department to ask why they need so many fire lanes, seeing how there were no hydrants nearby. They told me they hadn't requested additional fire lanes, nor had they asked for curbs to be painted. They said anyone can just paint a curb red. It's the signage or a hydrant's presence that makes it a legal fire lane. The paint is just there to help you interpret the signage. I check, and sure enough, no signs. Come to find out, it's a ploy by the HOA to drum up more funds. If they paint curbs red and call it a safety zone, their bylaws allow them to fine a homeowner for violating the safety zone. Funny enough, the HOA president lives at the end of one of the cul-de-sacs, and now the neighbors can no longer park in front of her house without getting safety zone fines. One evening, just past twilight, wearing a high-vis vest, safety glasses, and work boots, I painted over the red curb with boring gray paint, specifically designed for concrete with great coverage. I do the entire cul-de-sac. 3 weeks later, it's red again. 2 days later, gray. 5 weeks red. Then gray with silicone top sealer. Then red that flakes off almost immediately. Then red again flakes. Then a sign that reads safety zone, no parking. For lack of payment, the home is now under notification of foreclosure, and I'm working with an agency to help navigate and file all the paperwork needed so we can short sell. Short selling, in this context, means that although we promised to pay the bank $350,000 plus interest for the house, they'd forgive any amount we own as long as we turned the house over in good condition, such as not flushing concrete down the toilets or poking holes in the water pipes. Which screws us, but it's better than owing $350,000 on a house worth only $165,000 that will be legally taken from us in short order. During a short sale, you're required to notify any potential parties that could have liens on the house. This includes the HOA. I'm up to date on my dues and have no outstanding violations, so I think I'm in the clear. But no, the HOA suddenly comes up with a whole list of violations that haven't been addressed or remedied for 5 months, plus additional fines for the delay. The HOA said they notified me in November, but can't seem to produce copies of these multiple notices of violation. They only have the current one in March, listing all the outstanding violations. Examples: black stains on driveway, uncoiled garden hose, unapproved tree, missing bush, missing foliage, dead tree. I informed them that the stains were tire marks from driving into the garage. The unapproved tree they did in fact approve. The missing bushes, they approved the removal. Here's a copy of the plan and your approvals with your name on it. It's not my fault you don't know what you approved. The dead tree. Many trees tend to lose leaves in the fall, like around November. They might look dead if you're just making up violations in February, but are just dormant and waiting for spring. Even if it was dead, you can't replace a tree in November, December, January, or February. No nurseries sell saplings that late in the season unless you want a Yule tree. How can someone be reasonably expected to replace a dead tree in the off-season? The HOA delays responding, and the short sale is on a timer. If I don't have all legal items, payments for liens, and documents into the escrow officer by date, my short sale will fall through, and I'll owe $350,000 plus interest on a $165,000 house that's soon to be foreclosed on. The HOA fines and fees total $9.45 short of where felony fraud starts. I'm furious. This HOA is gonna fuck me one last time, and I'll pay for the experience. So I talk to the escrow officer and see what she needs. Only the money for the HOA lien, and you'll close escrow tomorrow. She's seen reams of these come through, with similar amounts of fines requested by HOAs that hold up short sales. None exceed $2,000. I ask her what form of payment will satisfy her as an escrow officer. Money order, cash, or check. A check would be easiest for you, don't you think? If I write a check to HOA for $1,955, then hand it to you, that'll satisfy escrow? Yep, you'll mail the check to HOA after the documents record. Yes, you'll have a check in 25 minutes. The next day, I'm on the phone with the escrow officer, sitting in my car in a parking lot at 9:01 a.m. Did the documents record? Did the short sale go through? Yes, I'll mail out finalized documents and any other items before the close of business today. Thank you. I hang up, and I walk into the local branch of my bank and inform the teller I need to place a stop payment on a check. An HOA never tried to collect or contact us again. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to our channel to make sure that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for watching Reading Reddit.